1. Hello, brothers and sisters of Light and Dark. Welcome to my page. My page is about common sense. I try to keep it down nitty-gritty under 10 minutes. If it goes over 10 minutes, something very fucking important. And not important to liberals, libertarians, people who believe in God, people like to smoke, people like to drink, people like ayahuasca, people like DMT, people who cannot think outside the box. Please, listeners' discretion is advised. It's okay to think on cloud 9, but do not go to cloud 18. If you have any comments, questions, insults, or fucking roast fest, you put it down below. Okay? As I said before, everything is monitored, screened, and I am streaming on YouTube now. And of course, let me tell you something about StreamYard. StreamYard's camera is much more clear than Restream. Even though you can restream to 30 platforms on their stream, their camera is not all that cracked up to be. I noticed that my camera is way sharper on here. Have you noticed that, Rad? Okay.
It depends what device I'm using.
Yeah, I think so. But really, the quality of Restream, I have the same phone. I have a Samsung Galaxy Note S10 Plus. Okay, so I'm like, they should kick it up. They have to kick it up. These phones, did you know there's a fucking Samsung Galaxy 21 coming out? And then people are talking about Samsung Galaxy 30 now. I'm like, didn't just 20 just come out? Didn't they just skip a few numbers before they goddamn started these? When I got this phone, right, I got it in near November, right? Next thing you know, a few months later, they said I can't trade my phone in to get the new one. I'm like, yo, they gotta slow down. What is going on?
Yeah, that's why I'm in no rush to get new phones, because they always come out with a new one every year. So I'm not even worried about it.
It wasn't even a full year when it came out. I'm like, yo, what the hell? I just bought the phone when it just came out. I swear to God, I got the chrome one, the shiny chrome in the back, the silver one. And the motherfuckers, like, a few months later, I'm like, it wasn't even a full year yet. These motherfuckers came out of Samsung Galaxy 20. I got a Note, okay? And then I'm like, that pisses me the fuck off. But anyway, let's go to our topics for today. Will, of course, be about, how to easily pick up chicks. Okay, we saying chicks that's use vaginas, and it doesn't matter what color or fucking race. Okay, how to easily do it, and why be a vegan, and their psychology, and why polygyny works over monogamous relationships. I can't pronounce that. Monogamous relations, monogamous, monogamous relationships. But of course, I used to say monogamous. My wife kept correcting me when I tried to say Afghanistan. Afghanistan. I always say that word. That shit wrong. Yeah. I used to get that shit wrong. She said, "No, that's not how you say it." Okay. And I said, "You got to get naked now. You got me correct. You corrected my ass. Okay. Now it's time for sex. Okay."
What the fuck?
Oh my goodness! I used to say some cool things to my wife, but she got used to me. But now she got. I don't think she got tired of me. I just think she got possessed. My wife is in a corruption mode. Okay, because I simply brought her to America and fucked her too hard.
Yeah, possessed by the Western devils.
Yeah, she got influenced. I gave her too much privileges. That's another subject. Because men give women privileges all of the time, and then someone looking on the outside saying, no, you're not supposed to control her life. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Don't you control your daughters and your sons? Get the fuck out of here, man.
Exactly.
The fuck are you talking about? I gave her that gift. It's mine. It's my shit. Okay.
Exactly. But you're the whole reason why she over here. So she owe you her life.
As a matter of fact, I'm alpha enough to tell everybody, if I told you that I control 100% before you got here, you automatically know you give up your goddamn, you kind of give up your soul. And if you change your mind, you're going to be in the twine. You're going to be in the ground, okay? But I ain't saying you're going to be dead because of me or anything. What I'm going to say, I'm watching my cameras. My alibi is my camera. I got a video on that shit. Cameras is everything these days. When a bitch disappear, hey, what can the police do? Only thing I can do is call the police at the day that she disappeared. People telling me all the time I should go over there and drive her to work. I said, why? Why should I drive her to work when she put me in the street? Why? Why would I try to why would I drive her to work when she kind of tried to cheat on me? Come on now.
Could they simping?
Get the fuck out of here. People are so stupid, man. But if you got any comments, questions, or insults or roast fest, you put it down below. And of course, right now my honey from Nigeria is hitting me up. I'm like, wow. As soon as I got on the stream, don't you hate that when you get on the stream and somebody want to call?
Yep. You should probably answer that though.
No, I'm not going to answer that. I have two broads I'm talking to. Whenever something bad happens, you might get a blessing. So I'm not really attracted to my wife or like that because she keeps things dirty. And that's an automatic turn off for me for a dirty woman. Okay? It's automatic turn off. I just say anything and everything that comes to my mind with a dirty female. And I think she's possessed because of other things, this country, I think, is some spirits. Okay. But other than that, if a female's dirty, I'm not even sexually attracted to that bitch, no matter how big that booty is or not. She got to be clean between the legs and outside the legs, or I'm going to be a rough dog. I'm a rough dog. But other than that, what was I going to talk about? I was going to talk about what we're going to talk about. What, you got any topics what we can talk about?
Nah, I already said that. I just got one.
Okay. Yeah. So far, as a matter of fact, I digress here. I talked to two women, one in Nigeria and one in Sierra Leone. The one in Sierra Leone has a father and a mother, and the father knows how to speak English. I might be going to go see her more likely because the father. And I try to tell guys all the time, make sure if the father's around, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Okay. If the only the mother's around, that's not a good sign. She got to be with her father. Okay.
Yeah, because mothers don't know how to control daughters.
Mm-hmm. And when they get older, they start stepping on them, doing what they want to do. You got to put discipline in their ass, including in your wife. You got to put discipline in your wife. And any man is telling you, oh, you don't have to be so mean. Or that's not love. Like, what the fuck? Tough love is better than regular love. What the?
Exactly.
If you got no control, if you give her an inch, you're going to take a mile. So these two broads that I'm talking to, they're ladies, and I believe they're virgins because they showed me things to prove their virginity. But even when I meet up with them, I know they're going to be a virgin because I can see it.
Hey, let me ask you this. Why didn't you go to South Africa and talk to that tribe of women? You know what I'm talking about?
I can't find that shit. I don't know where the fuck that is at. I see the location, but I'm like, I don't see the location, but I don't know the area. I wasn't really enthused. I didn't have enough energy to look for them, but I don't think you can find that area in South Africa. I seen a video, but I forgot it. I really, in reality, I did forget about the name or location. But other than that, I don't think that's possible. It's hard to go out there in those really underdeveloped countries. If it's very underdeveloped, it may be harder to get there.
No, South Africa is developed. It's just certain regions. They have their tribal thing. And like in South Africa, the women might be normal one day, and the next day during a special time of the year, then they automatically just get naked and run around with reeds.
Yeah, with titties all hanging out. Yeah, those are the best type of females. But the problem is they don't know no English. And if you go out there, you ain't gonna have no power. You have to go. You have to go caveman style. And depending on where you go, okay. I've seen those women. They all look fresh and nice, but beauty don't last that long. You're gonna have to have multiple women. But other than that, now what is your topic that you want to talk about today?
Oh, just you said how to pick up women, and just that's it for me.
Oh, okay. That was your topic. Okay, you want to just talk about that? Okay. When I was younger, right, like 17 and shit. Before 17, my mom didn't fix my teeth, so my teeth was fucked. Okay, I had halitosis. My breath was smelling and stuff like that, and then I had that shit always since I was like 25. But then I learned the secret. I really got rejections from females because I didn't have no personality, and I was about to kill myself when I was 17. About that time, near that, I was blue pill like a motherfucker. Now
Why were you about to kill yourself?
Because I couldn't get no girlfriend. I had a girlfriend who didn't give me no booty. She burnt my locker. It was a whole shebang of a story. She was supposed to be my girlfriend. I thought I was supposed to go to the prom with her. She never went to the prom with me. She cheated with me. She cheated on me, and I didn't even fuck the pussy. Long story short, she had got me involved with some other girl named Leona or something like that. And then they somehow burnt my locker down. I didn't do shit wrong. So there was some sort of jealousy involved, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on. She was causing me drama, and she was from the Muslim faith. So next thing you know, my locker is being burnt down during my graduation, and I said, fuck it, I'm about to kill my fucking self. And next thing you know, some pimp in the hall told me, I said, are you the one that's in the library all the time reading those books and shit like that? Are you the one who usually walks down the hall with two women, and they're your friends, but you never get any booty? Come on, man. You got to think better than that. And he was a pimp, and I knew he was a pimp. He told me, just read up on women's behaviors, psychological behaviors. Read up on that.
How old was he?
He was very tall. He was a guy who didn't have no problems with women. He was very attractive. Westinghouse High, motherfuckers. And anybody who don't know me, I was Big M. They called me Big M, like Big M Smacks, because of my mouth that was making fun of me. But they also was my friends, so people would make fun of me and at the same time come to me for educational advice. But I never was good at women. I always wanted a girlfriend, but I never did get one because my teeth was not really good and my personality was not as good as it was supposed to be. So I just started. He said, "You crying and you was gonna kill yourself? You a fool. You just gonna be." He was smart. He said, "You gonna be reborn, right back here, starting all over." I said, "Oh." He was like the devil in the hall. He said, "Read up on women. You become a master at it."
He was in the hallway?
In the hallway. My locker was burnt down. I came to my locker and then it was like burnt out.
How you know that wasn't the devil? How do you know he was even real?
I don't know. I seen him in the hallway before and I don't know his name. He probably know me.
But how old is he? How old was he?
He was probably my age, but he was just taller.
Okay.
I was in high school. I was in Westinghouse High. And he told me, "You crying over some bitch." Okay, I said, "I can't believe this, man. I see you walking down the hall with two women, and I'm thinking you already got that pussy." I said, "No, I didn't get no pussy." Okay? And this is when I was 17, man. I'm 46 years old. Now I mastered this shit over a few years, studying women's psychology, behavior, understanding that women are worthless beyond their measures unless you pimp them out. He told me this. He said, "What I do with women, they pay." What the hell are you talking about? He told me. He's confused. Read up on women. Read up on pimpology. Pimping ain't easy, but you got the gift of gab. Even when your teeth is fucked up. Your teeth is fucked up and you got the gift of gab. I was talking shit and shit was coming out of my mouth.
You was spewing shit, just spewing it. Physically.
Yeah, I had halitosis too, so my breath was not. I was trying to keep it down. I didn't know how to. My mom was not very irresponsible.
Yeah, I knew a kid with halitosis when he was 12. I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, I'm just like, shit, man. So I started learning it, and next thing you know, I knew how to pick up women with simple things. I would say creative things, but other than that, pickup shit started coming when I was like, I just kept doing it, and then I gained friends. The only time I became a fetish gigolo was after my teeth was fixed, when I was like 20, 21. My teeth got fixed when I was 20, 21, 25, I think it was. And everything started falling into place. Women would invite me over their house and shit like that. When my teeth was fixed, see? These are dentures.
Oh, you got dentures put in while you were 25?
Yeah. Remember I told you?
I didn't know how old you were, though.
Yeah, I was 25. This girl I met, and I was staying with her. See? I told you I didn't have that much problems. Maybe because of my features, and people see I was a 7, so I give myself a 7, not an 8, not a 9, not a 10. So I stayed with the last woman I was with her name was Dawn and shit. And I was 27, I think it was 25, somewhere around that area. I got my teeth fixed, and then women started paying me for using the strap-on. Okay, and the strap-on was where my business profession was coming in at, and I thought that I could make money off of this, and I was making like at least $100 a month. I would stay over some females' houses, and they would say, "Hey, this." I would get advice from women directly. Okay, if you want to pick up girls, you got to do this. Da 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 da. No longer I was hanging with other male counterparts. I was by myself. I lived from woman house to woman house, and then I started babysitting. Okay, see,
that's dangerous.
Yeah, but they protected me because I was like the daddy in the house. I was a good guy. Yep. And I learned from women and the daughters and the sons, and then I saw all these different types of people, and I hung around so many women that I thought I was gonna get killed. Some girls actually was hanging around thugs and criminals and shit, and I would be their cousin. So they would never know that I'm like a fucking, because I was a goofball. I wasn't really, someone that they look like their boyfriend material.
True. That's a good thing. That's a good thing that you didn't look too good, bro. Because had you looked too good, they wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, sometimes I would wear like pink shirts and not to look. It looks good on me. Pink and yellow look good on me. Brown looks good on me, and the girls would dress me up. But I wasn't no simp though, because I was getting paid. Okay, and I did not want to touch the pussy because my mom told me, said, if you touch a used vagina, you're gone. Okay, you're done. Okay, so that's why I got the strap on. I improvised. The strap on is bigger than any motherfucker. That's why when I used to walk around with my book bag, I had a strap on, and I said, I got the biggest dick in the world, and I know how to use it. And when I showed the females to open up the book bag, they started laughing. Nah. All of the girls were laughing. Yeah. I said, yeah, we can get this on. But I can't come over your house for free, baby. Okay, maybe like $10 an hour, maybe like $5 an hour, something. Give me something, okay?
How old were you then? 25?
I think I was like 22. I remember doing this, and I can't remember exact dates. I'm getting older now. And then the girls would let me in their houses and stuff like that. And so when I go to females' houses, I said that I'm the best fuck you'll ever fuck. And I would strap that shit on. I would look at the pussy and inspect it with my knowledge. And next thing you know, females would listen to me and they'll give me advice in trade. They will feed me. They will take care of me. I would stay in the house, see? But you got to sell yourself, though. You got to sell yourself. I did. And during those days, I remember there wasn't no internet all like that. Internet wasn't all flashy during those days. And I would walk up to females, and I'm telling you right now, the easiest way, there's two ways of picking up women. Charm and the way you look. You know how women are, shallow. What you got, okay? If you got a car, most of the time, more than 50% of the time, you're going to pick up them hoes. You got the nicer the car, the better. If you walking with a suit and tie, they think you got money, okay? You don't need to talk to them that much. You need to talk to them away from each other on the phone. I'm good in person and on the phone. On the phone, I'm excellent.
Yeah, that's why I'm a
Your internet.
Because I mean, it's the phone thing a little different. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
The phone thing is okay. Yeah, the phone thing is a little different these days because the phone, they don't use the phone like that. So you got to use social media, and it's using social media like Snapchat or whatever. They have other guys that'll distract them from that, and they use manipulative tactics because they can read your shit without you knowing it and shit. So it's a whole nother ball game nowadays, bro.
Yeah, it's just like this, you know. These days, women don't got no money, so there's no more Gigolo, and you got to go to professional service sites. I do that shit personally. You make your own fucking profile, and you put professional services done by me. So looking for this type of female application process. Here we go. We. And of course, if you put it simply, women don't read. They don't like reading a profile. I got multiple profiles on the internet, man. And back in those days, I would go to the mall and pick up like 2 or 3 at a time, okay? They would never go to my house, but I would just get one number. Just have numbers like a card. What's your number on it? Say, hey, you give me a call. I need you to call me tonight. That's how fast it is. You don't need to wait a few days. If a female have to wait a few days, the psychology is real simple. She's not that into you. She's already talking to other guys. So try to get her calling that night or the next day. There is no you can get the pussy within a week, but I couldn't get the pussy because I wasn't interested in used vaginas. Most women tell me they're not virgins. So I told you I encountered one virgin in America, and I couldn't even get my real dick in there. I couldn't even get that shit in on the first day. That's what I told you before. If you meet a virgin and you're average size to even bigger than average size, you're not getting in on a virgin. So that shit hurts. And she's gonna bleed. And you can see it, and you can actually see her hymen too. So I don't know what people are talking about when they say it snaps back. No, it doesn't snap back. It's a lie. Gynecologists, they be telling women's lies all of the time. Yeah, it snaps back. No. You keep fucking, anything wears down after you use it, man. Especially when you have babies, my wife, when she first had her babies, I could feel a great difference. But it wasn't that big of a difference, though. My second daughter was born, but through C-section. Okay? And so I try to tell people all the time, if you want to go up to women, be yourself, be bold. You could wear a suit and tie. You could wear certain clothes that make you look like professional. You could be serious. Now, hey, let me tell you something. Italians told me, you know what Italians used to do in the 80s? Yeah. If a female is really attracted to you, right? They'll say disrespectful to a female. Come here. You come here. The more bold you are, the more attractive they become. So you cannot be shy. You cannot do that shyness. And I try to tell people all the time, confidence is a very big turn on. I remember I walked up to 3 girls, And I liked all three of the girls look pretty. The one in the front was the shortest. I like short girls. So it doesn't matter what color. The darker she is, the better. So I walk up to her and I say, hey, you know, what's going on? You got a little creepy with you. See, when you smile, you say it, and you talking to one girl right in her face, and she's looking at you and she's shy, you gonna make them panties wet. And the other girl said, no, she's not interested. Oh, I wasn't talking to you, but I'm interested in you too. See, if you say shit like that, that throws everything out of sync. The female said, oh, here's my number. She gave her number to me, even though the girl said she's not interested. Speaking for her friend. You know how women talk? They talk stupid around each other. So how you know she's not attracted to you? Girls talk stupid and try to, it's called cock blocking, pussy blocking. Women would tell another female, oh, I'm not attracted to him, so you should not be attracted to him. You got to break that shit. That's stupid. The women hang around. They don't like other women. They don't want you to be happy.
Exactly.
Okay? And so I tell women all the time, say, stop listening to your girlfriends. You better not listen to them.
Exactly.
You be missing out. And then when they rich, and did you find out, and the bitch ain't no good no more, then you ain't friends with her no more.
Yep. But women tell each other all kinds of bad advice. That's why I'm like, if anybody want dating advice, male or female, only people you could get dating advice from are guys. Nobody should get dating advice from women, not if they male or female.
And then on top of that, it's about the fathers who's not even in the house. See, if that father was in the house, you'll notice that everybody's getting along, but there ain't no fathers in the house. Most people are raised by single mothers. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that's fucking sad. So what did you learn today, Rad, about picking up women?
I learned that about your situation. I learned about the Italians.
Yo, I talked to this guy named John Stone. Okay, he's still my friend, and he's been gone for a while because of this COVID shit. He told me if a female is really into you, it doesn't matter what you say, she's gonna come to you. Okay, and you got to put it out like that. You got to put that in. I said I never did it to tell a female, come here. Just point at a female. You.
I've done that. It works.
And then I'm like, I never did that before. Okay. There's many ways of picking up women, but I believe the best ways is to have some sort of materialism, look like a businessman, make them charm. Okay, charm works for me.
Yeah, my thing is this, nowadays, especially in the South, like you lived up north back in the 80s, so everybody was either on the phone with each other or they walked or they went to each other's house, correct?
In the 80s, I was in New York, so I was in the East.
Right. So they either walked to each other's house, they either went over or they talked over the phone, right? But nowadays it's more complicated. Since I live in the South too, women live so far away from me because, in the South, a lot of the houses are spaced apart and everything is so far spaced apart. So you see what I'm saying? And if you live in the suburbs, especially, then it make it worse. Then there's social media. So it make it hard to do
yeah, I learned that too. Where I live out here in Washington, PA, there ain't no females really out here.
Exactly. They all crowded in the city.
Yeah, you got to travel. I used to go to the malls and shit.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all I did is go to the malls or go to supermarkets. You can't do so much. Yeah.
Exactly. The problem with malls these days is they got a lot of single moms there. And I'm like, I'm not dealing with that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the single mother things, you can make a bit. I keep telling guys, the single mothers, why you don't attack the single mothers? You can make money off of that.
I don't want to deal with that because nowadays there's more simps nowadays than ever. And the dude might go online and brag about it, taking pictures with you. She couldn't do that back in the day, but she could take pictures with you and say this so-and-so. And then the dude come over there right away and then rush over and try something.
Yeah, I know about that, but I'm telling you, man, I believe it's still to this day that you can still go over women's house with children and babysit. One. Number two, tell her your restrictions and your standards. Your standards that we can't take pictures. We're not boyfriend and girlfriends. You got to be open with these broads. You can't be like being nonchalant about it. And you go to a female, you have no boundaries. You just want booty. I think about money. The money is what you should thinking about, honey. Because when you go to females, I talk to any female I want. I say, hey, you got the money, we can hang. If you ain't got no money, and especially no virgin, you better be a bitch. You wasting your fucking time. And she ugly? Come on, man. Don't.
Yeah, there's no point if she ugly. I'm not going nowhere near her.
Now she ugly and she got kids. She can pay you, but most women don't got money now these days. These days, women are broke.
Yep.
So I just a little while ago, this girl up here, she kind of nice looking. Okay, she got scabies all over her body or some shit, but she's nice looking. She has a child, and I told her for $15 a day, I watch your kid. Okay, well, understand this. Okay, you know it's all about money. You don't have to hang with her. You know, she might have to go out in the day. I said, I'm the cheapest motherfucking babysitter you can have. But please don't get it twisted. Don't get me twisted with the law and shit like that. But they won't do that if you're talking to black sisters. Black sisters are more likely not to get you in trouble. And you say you like light-skinned Milano chicks. You better watch them bitches, okay? I'm telling you, man, you can get in a lot of trouble if they go to the police and shit like that. They run their mouth. They're going to be quick to pick you up because they're light-skinned. They're white, okay? But black chicks, they don't usually do that type of shit. I talk to so many hood rats. Oh my God. I get along with them. I say, hey, some women tell me their deepest secrets and shit. Some women like to be raped while they're freaking fucked or some shit. They tell me stupid shit that I never encountered. Okay. And I'm like, this is fucking crazy what I be hearing. Stories. One girl got her ass beat so bad and still run back to the nigga. Okay. She just like to be beat. She don't like to be fucked. She like to be beat. Okay.
Yep.
And that's the
dark triad traits. We talked about that yesterday, remember?
It's crazy, man. Some dark shit, man. I said, no. And give me my money, bitch. Okay. So simple what else is there to talk about this subject?
That's all I had to say.
Yeah, okay. The next subject is about, okay, let me see. Why be vegan and their psychology. You know, I'm gonna tell you something. I saw this video the other day where this woman was a vegan and she was a little bit older than the guy. And she, you know, there's a psychological OCD that goes along with that. Okay. And when you encounter her, ask her the question. I said, you're eating vegetables, right? Knowing that you're not getting as much as protein as if you eat meat. Meat gives you the best source of protein, right? Yeah. But you can do holistic. Yeah, sure. But understand those things are still alive.
Exactly.
The leaves that you eat are still alive.
And they still feel pain.
You don't know I don't know if they feel pain, but listen to this. If we all stop eating meats, now we have to attack nature. Humans will start eating off the fucking greenery of the planet. And on top of that, you don't want the trees to be killed. So we got to plant more. More people got to work. And most people are lazy. So what do you think about them? You got to think about that psychology.
Exactly.
If the leaves are living and it's impossible to stop the world from eating meat.
Yeah, it's
unnatural.
Exactly. Humans, I tell people all the time, humans evolved to eat meat and plants. People should know this by now.
But listen to this. Let me tell you an interesting story. The Devil's Tower, the tree itself, it was called the Yugostal tree. We used to eat leaves and stuff like giraffes and animals. We were a different type of species. Well, what I read a long time ago is that we used to eat these special type of plants, manna, they call it. And it would fall from the heavens because these trees were so great. This is during the days of the giants, okay, or the Nephilim. But of course, in time, they cut down the trees. And now we have to feed off the animals. The animals used to talk too. Some crazy shit happened, man. Chinese mythology mixed up with Greek mythology. You know, all these mythologies has some truth to them. You know, the dogs and cats have vocals. They can talk if they want, but it's been taken away. The Chinese mythology is real interesting as the humans and the animals used to talk about magic ways to the alchemy and the shit like that. We used to eat different things. We didn't eat fucking animals. We didn't until this great war happened. The confer of spears or some shit. Magic was eliminated from the planet or some crazy ass story. But other than that, we eat meat because it's not just a luxury. It's because that's how we evolved to live in this world. And then on top of that, people who believe in God are foolish. I said, don't you think God can fix all of the problems in the world?
Exactly. Either God is a bad God or he's evil. Either he's stupid or evil. There's no in between.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. We all are born here. Common sense would say, do you think that this is a prison planet? Do you think we came here? Most religious people won't even have an answer for that shit. But you think about meat. Did you know in the Bible, the first Adam and Eve was sacrificing, Cain and Abel. They were sacrificing the lamb, okay?
Exactly.
The lamb was more sweeter to God than what Cain did. And as a matter of fact, what was Abel did something with the lamb on the meat. He sacrificed the lamb, and God looked on his blessing over Cain. Cain did the vegetables. He put a whole bunch of vegetables on the ground. Did you notice this is in the Bible? Okay, so when Cain did the vegetable, he was like, "This is preposterous," and then he killed his brother Abel because he had a better sacrifice. Favoritism. What kind of God does favoritism? What kind of shit is that? That's in the beginning of the Bible.
Exactly. And you know what's funny about God in the Bible? He can create animals, right? He created animals, right? Why does he need them to be sacrificed? Can't he just make a pile of goat meat in front of him? Like,
it's confusing how people are religious, and I don't understand their logic. I really don't. I'm like, wait a minute, can't God just snap his finger? Can't he just come down? Okay.
Exactly.
And fix everything. But in the Bible clearly tells you he's good and evil. In Isaiah chapter 13, I forgot, chapter 5, verse 4, it says that I created good and evil. So in the Bible clearly tells you, even Jesus is when he says he's coming back, he ain't coming back to bring peace, motherfuckers. He said that in the Bible. Now I wish you a motherfucker would. It's in the Bible. He's coming to bring calamity between father and mother, woman against child. And I keep telling him, I said, what kind of God is about that? I don't give a fuck if he's attacking the wicked or not. Okay? I don't care.
All the time. If God created both good and evil, what makes you think that he'll love one more than the other?
Well, he's already been doing that in favoritism in the Bible, man. God has killed over millions while Satan only killed 100.
Exactly.
This is facts. And I'm like, wait a minute. Did Satan do this? If you read the Bible clearly, it shows that God flooded the planet. Okay. And he killed so many people. But Satan only kills certain particular individuals in the wrong place at the wrong time. Think about that shit. All throughout the fucking Bible. But then if you got a vegan, and you have a girlfriend who's like that, she probably has a form of OCD. I have OCD. I like shit clean. I like my shit like spick and span and shit. You know, I don't like seeing crumbs in a day. If I see something on the floor, I pick it up. Don't like it. If I see some dirt in the corners, I have to rub it off. If my hands, okay, if I smell something, I have to clean it immediately. Just get it out the way because I don't like smells. I don't like the stinky stuff.
True. I'm kind of like that. Like I don't like to feel certain textures. Like if there's a certain texture, I cringe up and I start washing my hands.
Yeah, I'm talking about your house. I'm talking about you seeing things on the floor, laying there and shit. Now my car, I try to keep dirty to keep a balance, but my car is like the dirtiest partner. You go in the car, I throw trash. I say I can handle it. I can handle it. I can handle it. I can handle it. I'm trying to have a balance. Okay, so my car is new on the outside. When you open my car door, you see trash on the floor everywhere because I'm trying to keep a balance, my psychology and balance.
Black people love having a dirty car.
Yeah, but the inside of my car is clean. You know, you can see the fabric is clean, but the floor is nothing but paper and trash because I just, just in case if I need paper to, I don't like when people step on my floor in the mud and that you have to clean that. So the paper protects it. So when I pull up all the paper and the trash off the floor, it's like new. It's just paper, like waste paper. Not toilet paper or anything, or paper you wipe your nose with or anything. But it's just like, you go into the mailbox and you got this paper you don't need. I throw it in my car on the floor to cover up the floor. Okay. But other than that, that's all about vegans. What do you think about vegans?
I think they're delusional.
Yeah, I'm like, shit, I've never encountered a vegan before, but I saw them on the videos and I'm like, what happened? Okay, I know billions of animals are being killed, but what about the trees?
Exactly. Okay? Animals always kill each other. Everything is gonna die. So
exactly. So you got to think like this. There's an animal kingdom out there, and there's the preys and the fucking predators. But what about that? Okay? You're gonna teach the animals? As a matter of fact, that comes down into play of killing flies and bugs. I'm like, you can't protect every fucking creature that exists.
Exactly. Do you have microorganisms that die every day?
We got bacteria that kills you from the inside.
Exactly.
What you gonna do about that? Okay.
Exactly. And if you don't eat enough meat, your body will digest itself. So technically, you're still eating meat.
I heard about that shit too, man. Yeah. I was like, what the hell? So I eat protein on a moderate level. I don't eat it often. I know that meat in the blood itself is really bad. It can age you and shit. And I believe that that's actually killing us and reducing our lifespan. We used to live in a lifespan over 100 years old. Why is it being reduced now? Even more and more and
Because
more
of
and
the
more.
medication and the stuff they put in the water. It ain't got nothing to do with the meat.
Oh, yeah. You're right about that. The poisons to keep our life down. Because the longer we live, the more foolish. Either we become more foolish or too wise. And if you become too wise, then they start killing the person who's too wise because they got too much power or capital and shit. Other than that,
but what they don't count on is people to be wise at a young age, like so-called indigo children.
Yeah, I was wise at the age of 7. I asked my mom some questions and shit. Next thing I'm getting smacked. Okay.
Yeah, that's how it was at 5. Black mothers like to hit their kids when they ask them the wrong question, but it'd be the right question, but they just don't know it because they'd be too ignorant.
Yeah, so let's talk about the last one, the last subject, because I know you got to go somewhere. Okay,
Yeah.
Polygyny outweighs monogamous relationships. Polygyny wins over. How did I write that? Hold on, let me see. Why polygyny works over monogamous relationships?
Monogamous.
Yeah, monogamous.
It depends. It depends. Because I know if every dude had multiple wives, there wouldn't be enough women in the world to go around.
I believe it will be. I just, this too. Good.
Because get this. Okay, so technically, there's might be slightly more women on the earth than men. But even if you don't count that, let's say if it's 50-50, right? If it's 50% women and 50% men, if every man had 2 wives, some men would not have wives. Because it's not possible for every man to get a wife if half of the population was women, half the population was men. It wouldn't be possible for every man to get 2 wives.
Yeah, but in certain other countries, there's more women than men. So you got to watch the whole world. This is where men have to do some work. So let's say I found like King Solomon had 700. So people was giving their daughters to King Solomon. 700? Okay, I'm like, how many wives he had? Over 700 concubines? Something like 700 this, 700 that. And then, of course, there was this deity who lived on the planet named Gilgamesh, who was having sex with each of the daughters that were born, and he was privileged to have it, and people didn't like him, so they prayed, and Niki came down. But that's another story from another time. But I'm pretty sure that if you do enough work as a man and you travel, you're going to find more women who are more acceptable to you.
True.
Staying in your own land, it's not acceptable these days because women take advantage of the matriarch. Wise men take advantage of the matriarch like myself. I take advantage of the matriarch all of the time. I said, hey, if you're a broke nigga, you're more successful. And you meet a rich female, you're going to be, having a lot of money is bad for men these days. You got a lot of money, you better basically make sure she's a rich. And you can take advantage of her if you get tired of her and do that alimony turn into manimony. You could do it that way. But these days, people having one-on-one relationships, they usually fail by 70%.
That's true.
They fail because there's no other female to tell her she's doing something wrong. Your word is not enough to her. If you're a great man and you're doing all the possible things as you can do, and you got a nice house, it's going to fail by 60. I'm being nice when I say 60, but they say it's 70 to 80% fail.
Exactly.
You know why?
Just like what happened to you. You were in a monogamous relationship with your wife. It failed.
You know what I tried to do? I told my wife, I said that we're in Ethiopia. Let me get your sister, because I'm an alpha. I'm going to tell her up straight up front. Let me get your sister. Your sister likes me. Ring, hair. She was like, how you get my sister to like you? And I'm like, don't get jealous, okay? Sometimes we may have some problems. And you could talk to your sister so we can all have a triad, okay, and then come to an agreement, because it's impossible for 2 women to not like you. Okay, I'm like, Jesus Christ, how did you? Now, I know it may happen, but if you got both of your women hating you, shit.
Yes.
Her sister liked me. Her sister don't know English that well. True. And I had plans to like bring both of them in the country, but she didn't hear me. So I said, if you come into this country, just me and you, I can't look for any females in America. And you can't look for any men in America because most of them are corrupt, right? So they know men gonna be around my daughters. You know that. And if you brought your sister, you know, you will be more happy with a strong man. You know, when women don't understand what a strong man is not sensitive.
Exactly.
Okay. And I keep telling women, I say, hey, you know, you want a sensitive guy. You want someone who's romantic. That romance shit is learned. Either you're attracted to them or you're not.
Exactly.
And you got to confront with that shit. Women hold too much dark secrets and shit. They'll lie and shit and say, I want that money. And I said, you can't do that to me. You can't do that to me as an alpha. You're going to lose that battle. When you keep talking like that and they don't hear you, let them sit in their own shit. My wife suffered me for 5 years. So I try to tell people all of the time, you know, try to have polygynous relationships. Okay.
Like the Mormons. You know what the Mormons do?
Okay.
The Mormons do just like you do. One guy will marry two sisters from another family. That's exactly how it will happen.
Yeah, and that's how it's supposed to be. Like Little House on the Prairie, but Little House on the Prairie would have values, even though it was a monogamous relationship. Most women don't follow the code of the Bible, and this is where most women fail to understand religion and Christianity itself. And I told my wife, I said, "Are you listening to the Bible? Or are you just going on your own 2 feet?" And she says that you're not respectful enough to me. Sometimes you're not. I said, I don't hear you because you don't hear me. I said, don't walk on the floor barefooted. I'm a clean person. Keep yourself distracted from the Facebook. I allow her to use the Facebook, but people call me an abuser. Okay. People call me an abuser for her. And when I try to take the phone from her, I'm an abuser. They call you like that meme I just read about. They call you difficult when you just have standards.
Exactly.
When you have discipline in your life, they call you difficult. When you're trying your best, they call you difficult. I'm like, how you call me a difficult when I'm the ruler of all things and made up all these? That's a feminine trait that men have to fix.
Exactly. Yeah, they
and
hate.
That's why. Go ahead.
They hate when you try to be in control of your life. Especially, they hate you when you try to be in control of your wife's life, because that's what it is. When a woman agrees to marry you or have some kind of ritual with you, then she agrees that you will be her leader. It's as simple as that. The same way when we vote, we agree that the president will lead us or that the government will lead us. Then they agree that to some extent, then they agree to follow our lead, even more so than that when they decide to marry us. But they don't want to be women want to be married, but they don't want to be a wife.
And then on top of that, the vows clearly said for better or worse. And then they don't even read the Bible. And then you joining me. You're not joining yourself. We working together. This is my path, and a woman's supposed to make my path better. That is the job of a woman to make a man's path better, not your own. Like I told my wife, we had an argument about putting our daughters in school. I said, I'm well qualified to homeschool my daughters. So we had a big argument about this. I said, didn't I just tell you before you got this country, I control all things, all monies, everything I earn for you is mine. I could make a simple phone call like fucking Mr. Reddington and you could lose your fucking job. Then what? Then what, bitch? So I'm like, I'm trying my best to be nice. People say, oh, you should do everything you possibly. And somebody said they would kill her. And I said, okay. I was in the shelter and some guy saw my wife, right? And he said that she looks different. I said, yes, he's from Ethiopia. And she put me in the street. And he was dark skinned as hell. And he said to me, I'll kill that bitch. I was like, I didn't even know him. I didn't know that dude from a Canada. He's a black, dark skinned dude. He said, I'll kill that bitch. He felt my emotion. And I was shocked because I didn't know him. And he said that your wife looked pretty different. He came off to me real nice. He said, yeah, she's from Ethiopia and she put me in the street. And then that's all I needed to say. And he was like, I'll kill that bitch. You could feel his rage. I felt his rage in an instant. Okay. And I said, hey, you want to see if anything I did wrong, I don't know what the fuck I did wrong. I didn't do shit wrong. She just wanted to call the police. Okay. That's all it takes, right? Well, now she's paying me now. Okay. I don't want her to try to be in the street, but the voice is telling me by next year, she's not going to have her job. I don't know what's going to happen by next year. But I know one thing for sure. The only way I can bring her back in my house is if she's butt naked with no phone. She's going to be butt naked in my house with no phone because there's no way I can have her live.
If she go out and live on the streets, there's no telling where she's going to be. You know what I'm saying? And you shouldn't take her back after that because other dudes would have probably used her And what you gonna do after that?
Well. This is I said that once you sleep with someone, she's dead. She cannot sleep. I told you before. I tested it with my best friend, and she failed. And of course, I don't think she slept. I could smell it. I can smell it. I have a good ass nose. If she slept with someone, I would know.
See too. Look at it, big as hell. Two big bowling balls.
Listen, in my eyes, I know. My nose. She's still only with me. I not with me, but I said, hey, I'm not sexual with her. I don't because I have control. So I tell her, I said that once you sleep with someone, you're dead to me, and then you're gonna lose everything. I'll do everything in my power so she can lose her job and everything, and I'll get everything. See, but.
Good.
Yeah. So that I don't give a fuck how anybody else feels. I say, fuck your feelings. She did this to me. She want to cheat. Okay, there's no change in your mind. For death do us part, right? Now, exactly. Don't get me wrong. There was this Jamaican guy who chopped off his wife's head, went into the police station, and put it on the counter. I'm not going to do that. Okay.
I hope not.
Nah, she just going to disappear with me. Okay, the aliens will take her. So they can't use nothing. I'm schizo. I'm just saying 13 women disappeared before her. I told her this too. I said, hey, I don't know where they went. You gonna put her in jail with no evidence? I
lost them.
She disappeared. I don't know. But I don't know about OJ. I believe he probably got a hitman to kill his wife. I believe that.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't need a hitman. Well, how you gonna link me? I ain't did shit. Okay. When that's on her, I told her no sex. You can't. You're done. Okay. You better stay on the outside of it and keep rubbing it. There's no way. Okay.
What? Stay on the outside of it. Keep
stay rubbing on the outside. When she was in Ethiopia, I said, stay on the outside of the pussy and rub it. Okay. Don't dig in there. Okay. I'm disgusting, right? No, I'm not. I'm just nasty. Okay. But I believe that if more men focused on polygyny rather than just being with one female, everybody will be more happier. And don't be greedy too. Okay. Brother Polite, you ever heard of Brother Polite?
Yeah, he's a simp.
I asked him, I said, he's a simp only if his women weren't virgins. I kept asking
him. Virgins. He met one girl when she was 24 in a library. You think she was a virgin?
I don't believe none of them was fucking virgins.
Exactly.
I said that, if you're a holy man, you're not supposed to be sticking and dwindling your dick in a used vagina. So that's the only question I asked. Was your females virgins? Where did they come from? The one female he keep hanging around with, the dark-skinned chick with the big juicy lips, I know she wasn't a virgin.
Oh, you can tell.
The main one he keeps hanging with, I know she ain't no virgin. I'm like, she just want the money. Okay, they don't love him. What he should do is test their love, like test.
They would fail. He know they would fail.
Yeah, I know. And one of his bitches slipped up and cheated. She slipped up and cheated, and she was showing her ass off on the thought. She was trying to be like a thought. I said, oh, he didn't have no control over that. Exactly. He gave them all houses or some shit. He's smart. Don't get me wrong. He knows 7 languages. I'm like, good for you.
He lying. That nigga lying.
I say, I want to know the true core. How you meet his wives. I want to know all these things. I cannot find those videos.
He knows 7 languages, but he claimed to love Africa and claimed to know 7 languages, but he don't even go to Africa. He didn't even get a wife from Africa, but he knows 7 languages. If you know 7 languages and you've been to Africa, wouldn't you get a wife from Africa?
Wouldn't you stay in Africa? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You know 7 languages for what? Just to get American women? What's the point?
And why the fuck would you give them a house each? He gave him a house each. He'd be showing off his Maserati cars. Do you see his Aston Martin? Do you see all them cars? I said, yo, you're supposed to be giving that shit up. What are you showing that shit off for? I know you got knowledge and shit. But Jesus Christ, don't show it. He went downtown. He went to Pickens Avenue. I know. He went to Pickens Avenue to argue with someone, or a totally irrelevant conversation. I feel that if you're a god, don't argue with those Israelite type motherfuckers.
I hate them motherfuckers.
I'm like, why argue with the motherfuckers? Try to help other black men who are more aware. Those motherfuckers are trapped in religion. Get out of religion. It's old. It's stupid. Okay. Anyone in religion should leave them behind. They're non-playable characters. Leave them alone, man. Don't argue with them. These Israelites is asking white people to bow and kiss their fucking boots. I'm like, fuck. You know how mad I was when I heard that shit.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, what the fuck? That's some fetish type shit. And I seen a white couple do it. I seen a white couple. I'm like, what the fuck? That's a fetish right there. And a lot
Man,
of Hebrew
I don't
Israelites
even
be
want to think
closet
about that
gays.
shit, man. Telling white folks who have nothing. I said, now, if they want to bow, ask their ancestor who may be living to bow. It's not their fault they're born in this life. So they had sacrificed their own self for a martyr who believe in some sort of religion that the white liberal is the most dangerous. Just like Malcolm X said it, the white liberal is dangerous as fuck. Stupid.
Exactly.
Stupid. That makes white America look bad. Okay.
Yep, they'll do.
And then it will also destroy white America too, because if all of the Republicans leave country, America will fall so quick, so fast. And you can say white on rice today.
That's what's happening too. It's rioting because a lot of Republicans, they're not leaving, but they staying silent. And when the Republicans stay silent, things go to chaos. Look what's happening everywhere.
Yeah, man, they got the money and they got the power. The Republican Tea Party is linked to that fucking Abraham Lincoln shit, the Union. And you know the motherfuckers ain't stupid, so they rather have a modern day slave. We need people to work in America. But there's too many lazy people. There's too many women taking advantage of the system. So what are you going to do? You don't have to say shit because your family is already secure. Okay? Or you can be smart and leave the fucking country. But no. Okay. But how do we get off the subject? I don't want to get off too far off the subject. But polygyny is the key to solve it. You know what women do when they're not in a polygynous relationship? You know what women do?
They cheat.
They do polyandry. Polyandry is the case where one woman and multiple husbands.
Ooh, that's nasty.
It's never beneficial. It's never beneficial.
They don't know who the daddy is.
Bastard children galore. Exactly. White daddy is taking care of them.
Exactly.
And that's the real reason why polygyny wins. But we have too many weak men. We got to educate these guys and say, hey, don't work. If she can't work with two women, then she's really not worth the time. Unless you want to go to another country. Go to another country and do that shit. It's much better. It's more efficient.
But they slowly westernizing those countries too. So eventually it might not be nowhere to run.
And you know how it is. It's just the stronger the man, the more wives he has, because that's how your family grows. Multiply your families by not just having one wife who's pregnant, but having two wives that's pregnant, three wives that's pregnant.
That's part of the reason why I want to find some here, right? Because I want them to be different, not just because they were born somewhere else and they couldn't take advantage of the system because they were somewhere else. I want to get with women who could have taken advantage but chosen not to. That's a better sign than saying, oh, she just didn't have the chance to. You see what I'm saying?
And you know how hard that is? That's difficult as fuck.
Yeah, it is. But it's easy though.
It's actually easier to go overseas and to find a virgin. I found two virgins, man. Listen to this.
That's true. But here's the thing though. It might be easier than you think though. It might still be hard, but it might be easier than you think. Because my plan, like I said, just to find a family who has daughters, they can raise them up, and then I can talk to them like that. That's the best option.
So you talking about the pre-made family already? You want to find a female who already has a pre-made family?
No, I'm talking about her mom and dad in America are raising her conservatively and to be a virgin. Then I'm good.
Yeah, but you know how hard that is, man.
But the thing is, that's one avenue. That's plan A. Plan B is another country. But the thing is, I want to come back here. So.
Yeah, but you got to set that up, because I told the two girls that I was with, I said that I am not bringing you back into America until I already have two kids in two different countries. I'm bringing my children back to America. Yes, you will bring your children back to America. Make sure you fill out the proper paperwork when you're there. When the baby's born there, make sure they turn that paper over, because there's two sides of the coin in each country, the English side and their side. They have sometimes when they're born, they go by a different, not a Georgian calendar. They don't go by Georgian calendar over there in Ethiopia. Did you know that? And they have my daughter. They was gonna have my daughter born in the year 2002. Okay, I'm like, what the fuck? Keep up with the earth, man. And I said, "Yeah, turn that paper over." I looked over I had to turn the paper over. I said, "What's on the other side?" You can't put that there, because they didn't know English. I said, "I'm an American. You got to turn over the paper. We are going by the Gregorian calendar, people. All right, the Gregorian calendar is worldly. Okay, now some countries have different calendars. Okay, and you got to watch the mother. When your baby is born, that baby is an American citizen. Period. Okay, and you know, after 18 years, after that child is born, that child can file him for his mother to come into America, which is a good thing. Yeah, did you know that?
That might not be a good thing.
Yeah, the child can file for the mother because the child is 18, and that's completely to your discretion. See, 18 years must pass. Think about that. So that's a good time for it. When you get older, you can think about these things in advance. So women don't usually file divorces when they're already older. Okay. True. But that's what I told the two females that I'm talking to now. I said, I would never bring you back into America. That's my ex-wife. So if you want to agree with polygyny early, both of these females, one is 21 and one is 30. Okay, so the one that's 21, however, is talking to her father. I talked to her father. Okay, and the one that's 30, she has her mother.
Okay.
So other than that, she had shown me some videos, and I'm like, I was impressed. She didn't show me no naked videos. She showed me a half-naked video, which was covered with her bra and her panties, which was pretty provocative. And other than that, she didn't show her herself butt naked. You can see she's shy, but I'll know that when I really see her. Okay, I can see everything I can see in the videos, but it's not enough. I need to see what's going on in person. And y'all guys got to watch out for another thing too. When you deal with women, watch out for the eyes, the batting of the eyes. When women keep looking left and right, okay, either she's thinking sexually of you, or she's being distracted by some guy that she finds attractive. It's called flirting. Flirting with the eyes. Be careful. I've encountered that when I was young. I was like, why is she looking over there when I'm talking to her? Her eyes just get batty and she looks somewhere else. That's a sign that she's not really into you. Not hard to understand. Let's think about using her and throwing her away because she's not really all into you. When she's into you, she'll be more older. Trust me.
100 kids.
I ain't fucking with no kids unless I'm getting paid.
You get to eat free fruit snacks.
Fuck them fruit snacks. Those are bad for you.
Not if you got false teeth.
Yeah, nah. I'm talking about going into your body, your system. Fruit snacks are bad.
How you know? What's so bad about it?
I don't eat them candies. Okay, maybe once in a while I eat one, but I buy my own shit. The women buy what I want from the store. Okay.
You talking about the gas stations? Yeah.
But I babysitted so many kids. I learned so much by being with stupid women. Most women are. I said most. It's key word here. I can prove it most. Okay. So people get mad at me and say, "Wait,
you look like your breath stank too."
Huh?
You look like your breath stank too when you were doing this most.
Yeah, I know. It's like I'm smoking my own breath. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, Jesus Christ. You know, if you want to smell your own fucking breath, all you do is take your finger, and tuck your tongue, your back of your tongue, and smell. And it's nasty. There you go. My shit was stinking like a crazy motherfucker, okay? Who never ate in 3 years, okay?
Never brushed his teeth in 16 decades. Yeah,
I did try to brush my teeth, but it wasn't working, okay? It's just, you can't. If you have periodontitis, yeah, you can't.
What causes that?
The gums, the poisons in the gums seep out because the gums is not you're fresh. You gotta get a suction and get that bacterium out. It's in your gums.
Okay. That's gross.
Yeah, but other than that, we've been talking for almost an hour now, and I guess you got things to do, and I got things to do, and of course, it's 3:34. Okay, and of course, we shall do this again whenever. There was 2 people watching us, and they disappeared, and of course, I got nobody in the comment section. They can watch this shit later. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna talk to you later, and thank you very much for joining the stream. Man, we always have some
pick up my future wives. Go pick up my future wives. Go pick up my future wives.
Why don't you get some yourself? I gave you the site. I gave you the website. It's called trulyafrican.com. Trulyafrican.
You don't get what I just said?
Go pick up your wives. These ain't your wives, okay? I don't know what you're talking about.
Do. There we go. It's time. Ding.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna show up at your door one day, like, you know what I'm here for? That's what I'm gonna do.
You can't have my daughters. My daughters probably got a mind of their own, okay?
Hey. I think there's hope for the oldest one, and the youngest one might just go along with whatever. So
no, you're getting a little too ahead of yourself. I'm trying to tell you, my daughters are kind of unique. They're not going to be like hanging. They don't want to hang with nobody. You know, I predict my daughters will be wanting to hang around me as a boyfriend. They don't want no boyfriend. They don't want nobody else.
But aren't I like you?
Huh?
Aren't I like you?
Hell no, okay. I have experience, okay. I'll make sure my daughter's bodies are healthy and stuff. I do checkups and stuff like that. There ain't nobody like me out there, okay. I make sure my daughters are in pristine condition, and they won't be staying in America. They'll have knowledge enough to go to wherever country they want. I don't want my daughters to be like stagnant. Okay, then it's up to them. But you'll see as they grow if you watch them. My other daughter is pretty intelligent. She's already into modifying things that I never do, but she's on like she's modifying shit on fucking like she's doing things I never saw before. She's making videos, these little dance videos, and I'm like, what the hell? That takes work. And I said, you put that much work into a like video, and they're only 30 seconds long. I said, Jesus Christ, okay?
That's crazy.
Okay? And then she's playing Sims 4. So you gotta think like that, okay? I don't know. You may be beyond my capabilities of thinking, though. There ain't no boys and socializing in my house. True. The game won't be able to do that until they get their own, okay?
True.
But other than that, I'm gonna talk to you.
When they're 16, you know where to go.
I got you. Okay. But other than that, you know what I tried to do? I tried to get my boy Chuck to come with me to Ethiopia, but you know, people don't listen to me. They don't want to travel with me. They're afraid. They don't have the money. They don't have the responsibility.
Exactly.
You can go out there, man. It's better to go out in another country. Okay. But other than that, let's get off of here. My arms are sweaty. I could go pick up my daughters at 4. And same bat time, same bat channel. I don't know when, but whenever we do the videos, we always have something good to talk about. And I'm gonna talk to you later, Rad Dad.
Okay. See you, man. Peace.
All right.